Yo, what is up, guys? MattWic here. I am back with another NHL 25 video with our Quebec Draft Kings, ready to see if in 2034, 10 years now into the franchise mode, we can finally win our first Stanley Cup. The lines are looking pretty much the same as they have the last couple of years. The only new addition is our young rookie, Dylan Craig, 18 years of age, 81 overall sniper. We'll see if he's able to make a big impact in the team. His stats certainly look like he should be able to contribute some goals down there on that third pairing. If you'll notice, very, very top-heavy team. Top six is absolutely loaded with guys who have a lot of hardware to their names, but no Stanley Cups, unfortunately. Bottom six is very young. I would say experienced, though, because these guys haven't been on the team now for a couple years besides Dylan Craig there. Everybody else has been up for at least 2 or 3 years now, and then bounced around between the AHL and NHL a little bit, but we are finally set on them. Hopefully it does not come back to bite us. We do have a very loaded defensive core. I would say, again, top four looks very nice. Albert Henry's been a very good shutdown D-man for us since he has been drafted into the league. Bachfist and Harley still kicking around. This will be the last year with Adam Bachfist. His contract is up at the end of the year, making $15.5 million. We're going to look to assign that money, or reallocate it, I guess would be the correct word, over to Ricky Combs, because his contract is up this year. So it's going to be interesting to see mid-season what we do with Bachfist. We want to move on from him and just hope and pray and just take some picks back for him. But like I said, Ricky Combs' contract is up. He was on a sweetheart of a deal, 7.75 for those 8 years that we had him with a no trade. Offered him a contract extension at first, 15.5 with a no move. He said no. He was asking for 18.5, so I knew that wasn't going to go through. Now that we are up to the next part of the season, the beginning of the preseason, he came down to 16.25. So I did it again, no move, 8 years, 15.5, to see if we can just put that money from Bachfist over to him, and then we can have his $7 million to play with, which when I'm thinking about it now is not a ton of money. But he is our very first draft pick of this series, so we have to keep him around for the entirety of it, and he is a hell of a player, so he definitely does deserve it. We'll see if Callie Powelson is able to keep up with his frantic pace of goal scoring that he has had since he has come into the league. Couple letdown years there. I wouldn't even say letdown. I mean, young rookie years coming in. I believe he started off right away and he got hot fast. 4 years into his NHL career, put up 74 goals, which is still his highest total so far in this series, and Koltsov has come on pretty nice as well. I believe we only have 3 undrafted players now by me on the team. Obviously, St. Louis, who we traded for just because I was getting sick of losing in the playoffs every year. And I believe we traded Anton Lundell anyway, so we just swapped 1 for 1. And then Harley and Bachfist, which Bachfist will be gone at the end of the year. Goaltending, Jadon Faith returns. He is now our long-term goaltender. 26 years of age, locked in for the next 5 years, so let's hope he can step it up for us. In net behind him, Harry Woodworth, one of my favorite names that I've drafted so far. He is going to be backstopping him as the backup. I think he had a solid year last year in the AHL. Yeah, 46 wins, 9 losses. So even though he is only 79 overall, it's one of those things where it's hard to, deny him his chance to come up and play in the NHL. I believe our AHL team did also win the cup down there. So it's time for Mr. Harry Woodworth to come up, especially because we have 2 decent goaltenders down in the AHL who are young and need to grow in those 2 there. Not really too much to report on this AHL team. We don't really have anybody who could come up. Maybe Wayman at some point. He is 25 years of age. We do have obviously it's a very young team down there. And on defense, we do have one guy, our boy Caden Sue here, 22 years of age, so hopefully he is going to be our replacement for Bachfist next year or middle of this year. I don't understand how offensive defenseman, 6 foot, 22 years old, probably one of the worst skaters for an offensive defenseman I've ever seen. 76 overall across the board. He does everything else pretty well, so it's just he's never really developed as a skater, which, I've seen comments before where, playing hockey, kind of one of the main things is you need to skate. So I guess no coach has ever worked with him on that, but he has put up some decent seasons for us. One decent season for us last year, plus 39, 29 points. Can't complain about that. Even though he can't skate, he got great eyes, great vision, and he played really well down in Erie in the OHL. So right up the road from me. So he has a soft spot in my heart. So let's get up to, how far do we want to get into this? maybe trade deadline. I want to keep this video a little bit shorter, maybe get the playoffs in at the end just because I haven't uploaded, like I said, in a while. So I want to, get a couple in here maybe with this one. So let me get up to a point where I feel like I want to bring you guys back in. Might be the trade deadline, might be a little bit before that if we want to move on from Bachfest, and I'll get you updated on what's going on. All right, guys, preseason just finished up, and I wanted to show this real fast because hopefully this is a precursor for things to come this season and some crazy shit happens. 20 points in 8 games for Callie Powelson, a +16 and a 30% shooting percentage. We did absolutely rail some teams. I think we won 11-2, 10-1, and 9-0 one game. So I know it's the preseason, doesn't mean a ton, but it's a good sign because this is the best preseason he has ever had. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of numbers he puts up this year. Ricky Combs as well, I'll give a little update on that. He did agree to the new contract, so we do have him locked up for 8 years, 15.5 with a full no move clause. But like I said, he is our very first draft pick in the history of this club, so we aren't going to send him anywhere. He is going to be a lifelong Quebec Draft King. Long live Ricky Combs. Let's get into the season, boys. All right, guys, here we sit 31 games into the season with a phenomenal record. 22-6-3 would be the best in the league if not for those goddamn New Jersey Devils. 26-3-4, absolutely unreal. We sit second behind them, tied with the LA Kings with 47 points. And if that wasn't good enough, I know we're not beating the Devils in much in terms of the record, but look at that. First in goals for per game, first in goals against, second in goals against, first power play, first penalty kill, 30% on the power play and 90% on the penalty kill. And surprisingly, Stu Scrimes is leading our team right now with points. Callie Powelson was threatening for a little while with that 50-50, but he has since fallen off a bit. But let's keep going. I think we're going to hold on to Bachfest. Let's see where we end up at the trade deadline. Quick update for you guys. 50 games now into the season, 35-11-4, 74 points, puts us comfortably in first place in the Atlantic Division. Unfortunately, the New Jersey Devils have not cooled off. They sit very, very comfortably in first place, 20 points ahead of the New York Rangers there. We've played the Devils twice so far this season. They've beat us each time. So if we see them in the playoffs, look out. It might not be looking too good, but we are still sitting very comfortably first, and third in our stats there as a team. Jakub Koltzlov leading the team with 74 points in 50 games, an unreal pace for him. Callie Powelson not too far behind with 41 goals in 50 games with 72 points. Stu Scrimes, the man, the myth, the legend, the third-round pick back in that very first draft. Him and Ricky Combs, unreal. And then the very next year, we follow it up with Jakub Koltzlov and Callie Powelson. So those two first drafts for us were absolutely massive as a organization there, that we have 4 long Quebec Draft Kings to have with the franchise. Those 4 will be around forever. St. Louis playing very well, 57 points, 45 assists with Stu Scrimes on that line with him. Thomas Harley and Ricky Combs, +41, +43 for those guys. Unreal season. Our rookie, Dylan Craig, 19 goals in 50 games, only 4 assists, so he loves to shoot that puck, but he has a pretty nice shooting percentage, so I'm not going to complain too much. Callie Powelson with 251 shots on net, so that's absolutely insane. A -10 for him, but he is only 19 years old, and he's playing on a line with a 20-year-old and a 22-year-old, so is to be expected kind of a little bit, hopefully, as our team has consistently gotten older, because we've had the same core group of guys, that their playoff experience will be able to carry these young guys when the time comes. Not really anything too alarming down here. Albert Henry with a nice 7 goals as a defensive defenseman. We love to see that, +19. In net, our boy Jadon Faith is having a great season. Like I said, boys, have faith. 30 wins, 9 losses. Very respectable save percentage and goals against average. 3 assists for him as well, so that's pretty cool to see there. Our backup, Harry Woodworth, not playing too shabby, 5-2-1. Like to see that save percentage and goals against come up a little bit, but the team knows when they're playing with him in the net, they need to light the lamp, and they can do that with ease. So let's get to the end of the season. I'm not trading Bachfest away. We're going to go one more run with the boy. He's been with us since day 1 in that expansion draft, so he's going to stay with with us until the end of the year. And I don't want to fuck up the team chemistry because we still have morale on. And if you see there at the left, team chemistry caution, somehow, I don't know. Can I even go in still and look at the morale of the team? Because I did turn it off. So I thought maybe that would fix it. Where would that be? Morale. Let's see. Who's causing the problems here? I mean, we got Reitz, whose morale's good. So it's Quentin Bruce and Gaudreau. Gaudreau's not playing because we took him out at the start of the season, and it looked like Jackman as a playmaker would do more than Gaudreau as a power forward there. So it looks like, yeah, he's been pretty unhappy because of his ice time and morale. But I don't know why that would lead for caution. And let's take a look. Koltsov is a leader. Callie Powelson is a presence, and then the rookie Dylan Craig is a presence, a leader of men at 19 years old. The locker room chemistry 79%. I don't know why that's terrible. Maybe I'll do a meeting and see if I can raise that up. Maybe not. I don't really want to mess with things. But let's get to the end of the year, see where we sit in the playoffs, and then we'll get into that as well. All right, guys, so the season has come to an end, and if you look at the right side of your screen, holy shit, we caught the New Jersey Devils. We didn't only catch them, though. We strangled them and then threw them down the steps. 131 points, 62, 13, and 7. Probably the greatest regular season stretch of a franchise in NHL history. Besides, like, the old in the 32, 33 now team era, I would say. I mean, it has to be. Like, this is unreal. Regular season stretch, though. Regular season stretch. We are the Toronto Maple Leafs on steroids. An absolutely unreal season. As you look down there at the bottom, too, Jakub Koltsov, 139 points. Callie Powelson, 68 and 66, 134 points. Unfortunately, he did not lead the league in goals. That was Austin Matthews, 74 goals, still has a game to play too, so he could increase that total, that lead that he has there on Powelson. But when we have three guys in the top 10, Callie Powelson, Koltsov with 57, and Scrimes with 54, that's absolutely unreal. For a team to just put up that many goals in one season from three players, that's crazy. Nylander leads the league in assists. Ricky Combs close behind him, though, with 89. Koltsov with 82, and St. Louis on the second line with 73. I believe we finished the season as the top goals for, first goals against, first power play, and then our penalty kill did start to drift off a little bit there at the end of the season. Not really sure what the reason for that was. Maybe just the young guys that we had on the team. I did do some switching out with one player just to get his morale up with Gaudreau. So maybe that caused an issue and broke up some of our chemistry, but it didn't matter because we absolutely dominated the league. Let's take a quick look at the team stats all the way around. I cannot believe the season went the way it did. Those point totals there. Stu Scrimes, what a find this guy was. Third round pick, 54 goals, 50 assists, a plus 45, playing second line minutes on a team with, I just realized this, plus 94? Holy shit. Ricky Combs got his big deal, puts up 89 assists, 120 points, and a plus 94 on the season. Game-winning goals for Powelson and Koltsov, 13 and 12, so they are coming up clutch for us. 33 power play points for Callie Powelson, 13 goals for him, so he's a big reason why our power play ticked as much as it did. Jesus Christ, plus 94. What did the next guy in the NHL even come close to that? Like, I mean, I'd imagine Nylander, Harley, Halverson, nice. So there you go, 94, 90, 85, 71, 71, and Matthew Nyes with plus 70 over in Toronto. What's his overall now? 91 overall for him, but holy shit, 406 shots too. Wow. I mean, shooting percentage, you know, could use to go up a little bit, but if he scores more, he's on pace for some ridiculous numbers. But Austin Matthews with 74 goals there. I believe he's about to pass Ovechkin for his total goal total. Where's it at? 100. Yeah, I think Ovechkin had 188 by the end of his career. Obviously, no injuries, so that helps out big time. But still, just unreal the goals that he's been putting up. But back to the boys, back to the Quebec Draft Kings. Let's take a look. What else do I want to look at? Penalty minutes. Somehow Callie Powelson's just a freaking animal out there. Puts up 134 points, 68 goals plus 90, 68 penalty minutes as well. Not too shabby. I'm not going to complain about that at all. Who else? Charpentier there, 30. He was our guy with the minus. Let's see our minuses. Not too bad. Our rookie, Dylan Craig, probably has to win Rookie of the Year. 29 goals, 12 assists for 41 points. 15% shooting percentage, 6 game-winning goals as well, and some nice power play numbers for him there. Let's take a look at the goal totals for our boys. You see Saul Goodrow there with the 3 games. He must have ruined it for us somehow. Harley, I wonder, is he going to win? He's got 1 Norris under his belt. Let's see the defenseman. Pluses for all of them. Love to see it. Plus 71. Plus 71 for Halverson. And then how did Bachfist? 67 points. Yeah, I'm not going to complain about that either. How does that rack up for the defenseman? We no longer have to deal with Cale Makar. Ooh, but Quinn Hughes. Let me know, guys. Who would you give this to? I'd say the points are close enough where the difference in plus minus should take the cake in terms of who gets it. Minus 24 for Hughes there, plus 71 for Thomas Harley. So I guess that's the question of the day there. Let me know in the comments down below who wins the James Norris out of these two. Does 5 more points really matter when we're looking at such a spread in plus minus? I do not think that it does. Luke Hughes down there with a plus 53 with 75 points, 88 overall for him as well. Our boy Romanov. Oh, just imagine if we still had that those 4 together. Oh, Cale Makar's still in the league too. Damn it. Imagine whenever we first started this with the expansion draft, our defense was insane. We had Harley, Romanov, Bachfist, and Miller. And then I believe we also had Broberg on the team as well, which I don't know. I don't see him anywhere in the tops here for points. Are we on assists right now? No, we're on points. So I don't see him anywhere here, but I mean, he was a very good defenseman as well. But Jesus, just to see where those 4 guys have ended up, and it's at the top of the table for defensemen there. That is insane. Let's take a quick look at rookie skaters. Make sure Dylan Craig, oh, he was, but he did not win it. Wow, George Greening for Colorado. So they get rid of, or Nathan McKinnon retires, and then all of a sudden their first year sucking, they get an absolute stud, but a minus 10 for him. And unfortunately, our boy Dylan Craig is not going to be winning the the Rookie of the Year for this year, even though the 29 goals, maybe 29 goals might get him there because he had more goals than everybody else. But I think the points, the assists, might hold him back from that. Let's take a look as well. Goaltenders, obviously Jaden Fate's going to be number 1, 51, 10, and 5. Good save percentage, good goals against. Did he have any more assists? He did. He picked up 4 assists on the season. Any goalie goals in the league? No, there are not. I'm actually going to start looking at that to see if the computer will ever score a goalie goal. Let me know if you've seen it before, or if you've seen the computer just score a goalie goal when you're simming along. Let's see how our boy Harry Woodworth did. 17 games, 11, 3, and 2. Very respectable. Probably the William M. Jennings combination here between these 2 guys. Those are some incredible numbers, especially those goals against. We love to see it from our young goaltending tandem. But guys, that is probably going to be the end of this video. I want to save the playoffs for its own separate video because now it is such an occasion because of these regular seasons that we are having that, you know, I want to enjoy this for at least a day, and then I will do my yearly crash out come playoff time when we lose in whatever round. I still have nightmares about that Vancouver series in the playoff final where we are up, what, 3-1, 3-2 in the Stanley Cup final, and we ended up blowing it and losing in 7 games. So that haunts me, and I have nightmares about it every night. So that's going to be in this one, guys. Let me know what your thoughts were on the team. What are our outlook heading into the playoffs? Do you agree with me that we are the Toronto Maple Leafs on steroids these last 10 years? Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. More videos every once in a while. Thanks for watching. Peace!